ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ವಜುಭಾಯಿ ವಾಲಾ ಅವರೇ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಶ್ರೀ ಎಸ್ ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪ ಅವರೇ, ಮಾಜಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಕರಣ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅವರೇ, ರಾಜ್ಯಸಭಾ ಸದಸ್ಯದ ಶ್ರೀ ಜಯರಾಮ್ ರಮೇಶ್ ಅವರೇ, ಸಂಸದರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಪ್ರತಾಪ್ ಸಿಂಹ ಅವರೇ, ಶ್ರೀ ಶ್ರೀಕಂಠದತ್ತ ನರಸಿಂಹರಾಜ ಒಡೆಯಾರ್ ಅವರೇ, ಅವರ ಪತ್ನಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪ್ರಮೋದಾ ದೇವಿ ಒಡೆಯಾರ್ ಅವರೇ, ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಕಾಮಾಕ್ಷಿ ದೇವಿ ಅವರೇ, ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಇಂದ್ರಾಕ್ಷಿ ದೇವಿ ಅವರೇ, ಮೈಸೂರಿನ ರಾಜವಂಶದ ಸದಸ್ಯರೇ, ಮಹಾರಾಜ ಶ್ರೀಕಂಠದತ್ತ ನರಸಿಂಹರಾಜ ಒಡೆಯಾರ್ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸದಸ್ಯರೇ ಹಾಗೂ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡಿನ ಸಮಸ್ತ ನಾಗರಿಕ ಬಂಧುಗಳಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಚಿನ್ನದ ನಾಡಾಗಿ, ಗಂಧದ ಗುಡಿಯಾಗಿ, ವೀಣೆಯ ಬೆಡಗಾಗಿ ಮೆರೆದ ಮೈಸೂರು ರಾಜ್ಯವನ್ನಾಳಿದ ಒಡೆಯಾರ್ ಕಾಲ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಇತಿಹಾಸದ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯವಾಗಿದೆ. ರಾಜಪ್ರಭುತ್ವದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಜಾತಂತ್ರದ ಸುಂದರ ಅರುಣೋದಯದ ಕೆಳಬೆಳಕು ಹರಡಿದ ಖ್ಯಾತಿ ಮೈಸೂರು ಒಡೆಯರ ಮನೆತನಕ್ಕೆ ಸಲ್ಲುತ್ತದೆ. ಪ್ರಜಾ ಅನುರಾಗಿಯಾಗಿ ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರ ಹೃದಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲೆಸಿ ಇಂದಿಗೂ ನಾಡಿನ ಜನತೆ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಭಾವದಿಂದ ಸ್ಮರಿಸುವ ಮಹಾರಾಜ ಶ್ರೀ ಜಯಚಾಮರಾಜ ಒಡೆಯಾರ್ ಜನ್ಮ ಶತಾಬ್ದಿಯ ಸಮಾರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಲು ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿದೆ. I am delighted to be with you all today at this concluding ceremony of the centenary celebrations of the Sri Jayachamaraja Odayar, the 25th Maharaja of the Kingdom of Mysore. It is indeed an opportune moment to remember a remarkable ruler, an ideal king, and an able administrator who built a strong and self-reliant state, one of the most progressive states in pre-independence India. The moment you read about Mysore, you will become pleasant because of the culture, heritage, traditions, art, literature, administration, whatnot. Mysore is famous for all these qualities. And Sri Jayachamaraja Odayar possessed qualities of the head and the heart, which made him one of the tallest leaders and most admired rulers of this nation at that time. He was greatly respected for his vision, constructive enterprise, and generosity of heart. He was a true people's ruler who always wanted to remain in touch with his people and ensure the well-being of the masses. An ardent nationalist, he carried forward the illustrious legacy left behind his predecessors, the enlightened rulers of Mysore. After independence, Mysore was the first major state to accept the instrument of accession. The process of transition by which Mysore became an integral part of Indian Union was smooth and easy thanks to the vision of the Maharaja. The Democrat at heart, the Maharaja has established a responsible government in the state by setting up the Constituent Assembly and an interim popular government with Sri K.C. Reddy Garu as Chief Minister. The Maharaja was a perfect blend of ancient traditional values of Indian civilization and the modernism of the Western world. He understood the nuances of democracy extremely well. He felt that people must be empowered to govern themselves. In many ways, he embodied the ideal king-like qualities that Chanakya described in the Ardhashastra. Sri Jayachamaraji is truly a pioneering leader who led India's transition to being a strong democracy, contributing greatly to the unity and integrity of the Indian nation. His ready acceptance of the recommendation of the Constituent Assembly and adopting the Constitution of India speaks volumes about his national outlook. My dear sisters and brothers, throughout his regime and after independence, Sri Jayachamaraja worked tirelessly for the development of the region and welfare of the people. He was an ardent supporter for entrepreneurship and actively encouraged The establishment of an industrial facility in Bengaluru, a company called Hindustan Aeronautic Limited in 1940, which became Hindustan Aeronautics subsequently. It was originally called as Hindustan Aircraft. In all his kindness, he gifted the magnificent Chiruvamba mansion in Mysore to the government to start the Central Food Technological Research Institute, CTFR. What do you call it, a CTRA. He also donated generously to set up the National Tuberculosis Institute in Bengaluru and All India Institute of Speech and Hearing at Mysore. In his efforts to boost science and technology in the country and to develop scientific temper, Maharaja carried on his family the tradition of providing Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru, with funds and scholarships for running the institute and occasionally for its expansion whenever needed. Sri Jayachamraj Wadeyar ji was also a noted philosopher, music exponent, political thinker, and a philanthropist. D.V. Gundappa ji, the great Kannada writer and thinker, once said about the young prince, quote, His Highness embodies to us a combination of all that one wishes to find a young citizen of India, love and reverence for an ancient heritage, devotion to letters and art, concern for the higher values of human life, and the instinct to feel for the ideals and principles of constitutional government, and a conscientious regard for the public interest. He was a brilliant student. Prince Jayachamraj Wadeyar ji was a lifelong learner. The very fact that he continued to acquire university degree till his mid-40s is an eloquent testimony for his insatiable thirst for knowledge. He was a famed musicologist, a connoisseur of both Western and Carnatic music, and an acknowledged authority of Indian philosophy. He was also a scholar of Sanskrit language. His interest in Sanskrit was not only mere academic, he was deeply attached to it and acquired invaluable mastery over it. A versatile genius, Sri Jayachamraj ji was also an outstanding writer and an impressive speaker. His Jayachamraja Grantha Ratna Mala series has greatly enriched the Kannada language and literature. Jayachamraj ji was greatly in demand from several corners of the world for his erudite lectures and the themes he used to select for his spellbinding expositions were very often focused on Indian aesthetics and logic. He was aptly called Dakshina Bhoja because of his unparalleled patronage to arts, literature, and culture. Paying tribute to him, a London paper at the time described him as a voluntary one-man mission, propagating the cause of Indian culture. My dear sisters and brothers, as we celebrate the life and work of great ruler today, we celebrate the knowledge, wisdom, passion, patriotism, vision, and voice of all great rulers and statesmen like Maharaja Jayachamraj Wadeyar, who have shaped our history. We celebrate the timeless Indian values, the rich cultural heritage, and the ennobling vision that we all have inherited from such great people. We celebrate the spirit of democracy, of people-centered good governance. We celebrate the spirit of unity in diversity, of peace and harmony, because peace is the prerequisite for progress. We particularly on this occasion celebrate the indelible mark left by one of our country's most illustrious son. I pay my deepest respects and humble tributes to the great Maharaja Sri Chamaraja Wadeyar on this very auspicious occasion. The great tribute which one can pay to stalwarts like Sri Jay is to preserve and promote this grand cultural tradition of India of living together, share and care philosophy, working together for the country, the world, and the entire humanity. I'm happy that the family members, Srimati Pramoda Devi and others, have decided to have these celebrations year-long. And as I could hear from the report, they have taken many important programs on various occasions. And from Rashtrapati to all luminaries, they were able to participate in these year-long celebrations. Today, as I told you, my friends, I'm also very happy to be here with you all today. I would have been much more happy if I was able to come there physically, meet you, greet you. But you know, because of the pandemic situation, that opportunity is not there. That's why I have to address you through this virtual conference. I could see Dr. Karan Singh, one of our scholars, and also I could see my colleague, the Rajya Sabha, P. Jairam Ramesh. They are going to, I think, address people on this occasion. Thank you very much. ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಜೈ ಹಿಂದ್.